Aha. My wife started going to the gym every day, so I followed her and caught her with her personal trainer. You won't believe what I discovered when I finally decided to follow my wife to her fitness transformation sessions. What I thought was my loving wife working on her health turned out to be the most devastating betrayal of my life. By the time I was done exposing her affair with her personal trainer, both of their lives were destroyed, their careers were ruined, and everyone in our town knew exactly what kind of people they really were. But the revenge I planned was so perfect, they never saw it coming until it was too late. My name is Jerry, and I'm 40 years old. I got married to my wife Lisa 12 years ago when we were both young and madly in love. In 2018, we bought our dream house in the suburbs, and in 2020, Lisa gave birth to our beautiful daughter Emma. I thought we had the perfect life. A successful marriage, a gorgeous home, adorable child, and bright future ahead of us. I had no idea that my wife was about to turn our perfect world upside down with the most shocking betrayal imaginable. For the first 10 years of our marriage, Lisa and I were incredibly happy. We were best friends, lovers, and partners in everything. Lisa worked as a marketing coordinator for a local company, and I ran a successful accounting firm. We had similar goals, shared values, and genuinely enjoyed spending time together. Our friends always commented on how solid our relationship was and how lucky we were to have found each other. Lisa had always been naturally beautiful, but she had never been particularly focused on fitness or working out. She was comfortable with her body and had never expressed any interest in joining a gym or following strict exercise routines. We would go for walks together sometimes or play tennis occasionally, but Lisa was never what you would call a fitness enthusiast. That all changed about 8 months ago, when Lisa suddenly announced that she wanted to get serious about her health and fitness. She said she was feeling sluggish and wanted to have more energy to keep up with Emma and feel better about herself overall. Jerry, she said one evening as we were cleaning up after dinner, I've been thinking about joining a gym. I want to get in better shape and start taking better care of myself. I was supportive of the idea, of course. Lisa was 36 years old, and it made sense that she would want to prioritize her health and fitness as we got older. I told her I thought it was a great idea and that I would help her research gyms in our area. Lisa seemed excited about the prospect of working out regularly, and she spent hours online looking at different gyms, reading reviews, and comparing membership options. She eventually decided on a high-end fitness center called Elite Performance Gym that was about 20 minutes from our house. It's a little more expensive than some of the other places, Lisa explained, but they have state-of-the-art equipment, group fitness classes, and personal trainers. I think it would be worth the investment if I'm really going to commit to this. I agreed that the higher cost would be worth it if Lisa was serious about her fitness goals, and I was happy to see her so motivated and excited about something new. Lisa started going to Elite Performance Gym 3 times a week, and I was impressed by her dedication. She would come home energized and happy, telling me about the different machines she had tried or the classes she had taken. She seemed to be enjoying the experience and was already talking about increasing her workout schedule. Within the first month, Lisa had upgraded to a premium membership and was going to the gym 5 times a week. She said she had signed up for personal training sessions to help her learn proper form and develop a more effective workout routine. I met with this trainer named Marcus, Lisa told me after her first personal training session. He's really knowledgeable and thinks I have a lot of potential. He's going to help me create a comprehensive fitness plan that includes strength training, cardio, and nutrition guidance. I was pleased to hear that Lisa was working with a professional who could help her achieve her goals safely and effectively. Personal training was expensive, but I could see that Lisa was serious about her transformation, and I wanted to support her efforts. Over the next few months, the changes in Lisa were dramatic and undeniable. She lost weight, gained muscle definition, and seemed to have endless energy. Her confidence was through the roof, and she was constantly talking about her workouts, her progress, and her trainer Marcus. Marcus says I'm his most dedicated client, Lisa would tell me proudly. He's never seen anyone make such rapid progress. He thinks I could even compete in fitness competitions if I wanted to. Lisa's entire wardrobe changed as she bought new workout clothes, athletic shoes, and form-fitting outfits that showed off her transformed physique. She started spending more time getting ready before going to the gym, styling her hair and applying makeup for what were supposed to be sweaty workout sessions. I started to notice that Lisa's gym sessions were getting longer and longer. What had started as 1-hour workouts were now stretching to 2 or 3 hours. When I asked Lisa about the extended gym time, she would explain that she was trying different classes, using the sauna, or getting additional guidance from Marcus. Marcus thinks I should really focus on my form right now, Lisa would say when she came home after a particularly long session. We spent extra time today making sure I was doing my squats correctly. He's such a perfectionist, but that's what makes him such a good trainer. Lisa also started going to the gym on weekends, which she hadn't done initially. She would leave Saturday morning and not return until late afternoon, claiming that weekend sessions were less crowded and she could get better access to equipment. But what started to concern me wasn't just the time Lisa was spending at the gym. It was how secretive she had become about other aspects of her life. Lisa had always been open about her activities, her friends, and her daily experiences. Now she seemed guarded and evasive when I asked simple questions about her day. When I would ask Lisa about her workouts, she would give vague responses or change the subject quickly. She used to share details about her exercises, her progress, and funny things that happened at the gym. Now she would just say things like, "It was good," or "Marcus pushed me really hard today," without elaborating. Lisa also started receiving a lot more text messages and phone calls, which she would answer privately or ignore completely when I was around. She had never been secretive about her phone before, but now she would take it with her to the bathroom, keep it face down during dinner, and seemed anxious when it would buzz with notifications. The most concerning change was in Lisa's behavior toward me and Emma. She seemed distracted and impatient with our family time, like she was always thinking about something else. She would check her phone constantly during conversations and seemed eager to end our discussions so she could get back to texting or preparing for her next gym session. Lisa also started working out at home in addition to her gym sessions, doing exercises in our living room while watching fitness videos on her laptop. She would spend hours researching workout techniques, nutrition plans, and fitness competitions online. "I'm just trying to maximize my progress," Lisa explained when I commented on how much time she was spending on fitness-related activities. "Marcus says consistency is key, and I want to make sure I'm doing everything right." But something about Lisa's explanation didn't sit right with me. The level of obsession she was showing seemed excessive, even for someone who was serious about fitness goals. It felt like there was something else motivating her dedication that she wasn't telling me about. My suspicions really started to grow when Lisa began making excuses to avoid spending time with me and Emma on weekends. She would claim that she had special training sessions, group fitness events, or gym social activities that required her presence. "Marcus is organizing a hiking trip for his clients this Saturday," Lisa would say. "It's a great opportunity to apply my fitness training in a real-world setting and bond with other people who are serious about health and wellness." Or she would say, "There's a nutrition seminar at the gym Sunday afternoon that Marcus thinks would be really beneficial for me. It's only offered once a month, so I really don't want to miss it." These weekend activities always seemed to involve Marcus in some capacity, and Lisa would come home from them glowing with excitement and energy. She would talk about how inspiring and motivating these events were, and how grateful she was to have found such a dedicated trainer who cared about his clients' success. But when I suggested that I might join Lisa for some of these activities, or that we could make fitness a family activity that included Emma, Lisa would quickly shut down the ideas. "Oh, these sessions are pretty advanced," Lisa would say. "Marcus designs them specifically for his long-term clients who are at a certain fitness level. It wouldn't be appropriate for beginners." Or she would say, "The gym has liability issues with bringing family members to special events. It's only for actual members who have signed all the proper waivers." Lisa always had logical-sounding explanations for why I couldn't participate in her fitness activities. But the explanations felt like excuses designed to keep me away from her new world. The breaking point came when Lisa announced that she wanted to go on a fitness retreat weekend with Marcus and some of his other clients. She presented it as a professional development opportunity that would take her fitness to the next level. "Marcus has organized this amazing weekend retreat at a resort about 2 hours away," Lisa explained. "It's going to include intensive training sessions, nutrition workshops, and team-building activities. He only invites his most committed clients, and he thinks I'm ready for this kind of advanced program." The retreat was scheduled for a weekend when I had been planning to take Emma to visit my parents. Lisa knew about these plans, but she seemed to think her fitness retreat was more important than our family commitments. "Can't you reschedule with your parents?" Lisa asked. "This retreat is only offered twice a year, and Marcus specifically recommended me for it. It would be a huge missed opportunity." I was hurt that Lisa was prioritizing a gym retreat over spending time with our family, but I also didn't want to be unsupportive of her fitness goals. I agreed to reschedule our visit with my parents so that Lisa could attend her retreat. But that night, as I was lying in bed thinking about how much Lisa's priorities had changed, I made a decision that would change everything. I was going to follow Lisa to her fitness retreat and see for myself what these intensive training sessions actually involved. I had been patient and supportive for months, But Lisa's behavior had become so secretive and obsessive that I needed to know what was really going on. If Lisa was genuinely participating in legitimate fitness activities, then I would apologize for being suspicious and commit to being more supportive of her goals. But if something else was happening, I needed to know the truth. The Friday of Lisa's retreat weekend, I arranged for my sister to watch Emma and told Lisa that I had decided to take a spontaneous golf weekend with some friends. Lisa seemed relieved that I would be occupied and wouldn't be around to ask questions about her activities. "That sounds great, honey," Lisa said, giving me a quick kiss goodbye. "I hope you have a wonderful time with the guys. I'll see you Sunday evening." Lisa left the house at 7 a.m. Saturday morning, supposedly to meet Marcus and the other retreat participants for the drive to the resort. I waited 30 minutes and then began following her route, staying far enough behind that she wouldn't notice my car. But Lisa didn't drive toward the resort she had mentioned. Instead, she drove to a luxury hotel in our own city, about 45 minutes from our house. I watched as she parked her car and walked into the hotel lobby carrying an overnight bag. My heart was pounding as I realized that Lisa's fitness retreat was actually a romantic getaway, and she was almost certainly meeting Marcus for a weekend affair. I felt sick to my stomach as I sat in my car in the hotel parking lot, trying to process the fact that my wife of 12 years was cheating on me. But I needed concrete proof before I confronted Lisa about what I suspected. I checked into the same hotel under a false name and spent the weekend documenting Lisa's activities. What I discovered was worse than I had imagined. Lisa and Marcus were not just having a casual affair. They were completely obsessed with each other. They spent the entire weekend in Marcus's hotel room, only leaving for meals and romantic walks around the hotel grounds. They were constantly touching, kissing, and looking at each other like they were madly in love. During their conversations, which I could sometimes overhear from the hallway, Lisa and Marcus talked about their future together and how difficult it was to hide their relationship. They discussed Lisa leaving me and Emma to start a new life with Marcus, and Marcus talked about how he had never felt this way about any woman before. "I can't wait until we don't have to sneak around anymore," I heard Lisa say as they walked past my door on Sunday morning. "I'm getting tired of lying to Jerry about where I am and what I'm doing." Marcus responded, "Just be patient, baby. We need to be smart about this. Once you're divorced and we're together officially, it will be worth all the secrecy." Hearing my wife and her lover discuss their plans to destroy my family was the most painful experience of my life. But it also gave me the motivation I needed to plan the perfect revenge that would expose their affair and destroy both of their reputations. Over the next month, I hired a private investigator to document Lisa and Marcus's affair comprehensively. I wanted evidence of every meeting, every lie Lisa told me, and every moment they spent together. I also researched Marcus's background and discovered some information that would make my revenge even more satisfying. Marcus was not just a personal trainer. He was the owner of Elite Performance Gym and was married to a woman named Jennifer who helped him run the business. Jennifer handled all the administrative and marketing aspects of the gym, while Marcus focused on training and developing new programs. Marcus and Jennifer had been married for 8 years and were well known in the fitness community as a power couple who had built their business from the ground up. They frequently appeared together in local magazines, hosted fitness events, and were respected as successful entrepreneurs. But Marcus was risking everything: his marriage, his business, and his reputation, for an affair with my wife. And Lisa was risking our marriage, our family, and our daughter's stability for a man who was cheating on his own wife. I realized that the perfect revenge would involve exposing their affair at a moment when it would cause maximum damage to both of their lives. The opportunity came when I learned that Elite Performance Gym was hosting their annual client appreciation party, a large social event that would include gym members, local business leaders, and members of the fitness community. Lisa had mentioned the party several times, saying that Marcus had invited her as one of his most successful client transformations. She was excited about showing off her new physique and being recognized for her fitness achievements. "Marcus wants me to give a little speech about my transformation journey," Lisa told me proudly. "He thinks my story would be really inspiring for other people who are just starting their fitness goals." Lisa had no idea that her inspiring transformation story was about to become a public humiliation that would destroy her reputation and end Marcus's marriage and business. I spent 2 weeks preparing for the party, gathering all the evidence I had collected about Lisa and Marcus's affair, and creating a presentation that would leave no doubt about what they had been doing for the past 6 months. The night of the client appreciation party, I arrived at the gym with a laptop full of photos, videos, and documented evidence of the affair. Lisa was already there, looking stunning in a tight dress that showed off her transformed body, standing next to Marcus as he greeted guests and accepted congratulations on another successful year for his business. Jennifer was also there, playing the role of the supportive wife and business partner, completely unaware that her husband was having an affair with one of his clients. She was chatting with guests, taking photos, and helping coordinate the evening's activities. Lisa looked surprised to see me at the party since I had never shown any interest in her fitness activities before. "Jerry," she said, coming over to greet me with a kiss that felt completely fake. "I didn't know you were planning to come tonight. I wanted to surprise you," I said with a smile. "I thought it would be nice to see your fitness community and meet the trainer who has helped you achieve such amazing results." Lisa introduced me to Marcus, who was charming and professional as he shook my hand and complimented my wife's dedication and progress. "Lisa is truly one of my most successful clients," Marcus said, putting his arm around Lisa's waist in a way that now seemed completely inappropriate. "Her transformation has been incredible, and her commitment to her health and fitness goals is really inspiring." I smiled and thanked Marcus for taking such good care of my wife, all while knowing that I was about to destroy his life in front of everyone who mattered to his business and reputation. The party included a program where Marcus was going to give a speech about the gym's success and recognize some of his most dedicated clients. Lisa was scheduled to share her transformation story as part of the evening's inspiration, but I had arranged with the event coordinator to give a surprise presentation of my own. A slideshow that I claimed was a tribute to Lisa's fitness journey that I wanted to share with everyone who had supported her transformation. As Marcus finished his speech and introduced Lisa as an example of what could be achieved with dedication and proper training, I approached the microphone with my laptop. Before Lisa shares her story, I announced to the crowd of about 150 people, "I'd like to show everyone a different kind of transformation, one that I think reveals the true nature of dedication and commitment." Lisa looked confused but pleased, probably thinking I was going to show before and after photos of her physical transformation. Marcus was smiling proudly, expecting to receive credit for Lisa's achievements. But the first image that appeared on the screen was a photo of Lisa and Marcus kissing passionately in the hotel parking lot during their romantic weekend getaway. The room went completely silent as people tried to process what teach.
Before we continue, hope you've subscribed to this channel. Please do. We are cooking a lot of great videos for you plus a powerful ebook. Thanks Larry for the amazing voiceover. Let me continue back to the story. Ladies and gentlemen, I continued. I'd like to share with you the real story of my wife's transformation. Over the past 6 months, Lisa has indeed been dedicated and committed to having an affair with her married personal trainer. The next slides showed more photos of Lisa and Marcus together, holding hands, embracing, entering and leaving hotel rooms, and looking at each other with obvious romantic affection. These photos were taken over the past month, I explained to the stunned audience. They document a pattern of deception, adultery, and betrayal that has been going on for months, while Marcus has been taking money from unsuspecting clients and lying to his own wife. Jennifer pushed through the crowd to get closer to the screen, staring at the images of her husband with another woman with a look of complete devastation on her face. Marcus has been using his position as a personal trainer to seduce married clients, I continued, while his wife Jennifer has been working tirelessly to build their business and support their marriage. The final slide was an audio recording of Lisa and Marcus discussing their plans to leave their respective spouses and start a new life together. Their voices filled the room as they talked about how much they loved each other and couldn't wait to be together officially. As the recording played, Lisa tried to run toward the exit, but several people blocked her path. Marcus was standing frozen in shock, unable to deny the overwhelming evidence of his affair. Jennifer walked up to Marcus and slapped him across the face in front of the entire crowd. "How could you do this to me?" she screamed. "How could you destroy everything we built together for some client?" The room erupted in shocked conversations, angry accusations, and demands for explanations. Several gym members were demanding refunds of their membership fees, saying they couldn't support a business run by someone who seduced married clients. "Marcus Thompson, you are disgusting," one woman shouted. "I trusted you with my fitness goals, and you've been preying on vulnerable women this entire time." Other people were taking out their phones to record the chaos and take pictures of the evidence still displayed on the screen. Within hours, the story of Marcus and Lisa's affair would be all over social media and throughout our entire community. As Lisa and Marcus tried to escape the party, I followed them into the parking lot for the final part of my revenge. Lisa, I called out, I have something else you might be interested in seeing. I handed her a manila envelope containing divorce papers that I had already filed, along with documentation that I was seeking full custody of Emma based on Lisa's adultery and abandonment of her family responsibilities. You wanted a new life with Marcus? I said calmly. Congratulations. You can have it. But it's going to cost you everything, your marriage, your daughter, your reputation, and half of everything we built together. Marcus looked panicked as he realized that his affair hadn't just cost him his marriage, but potentially his entire business as well. Jerry, please, Marcus begged. We can work this out. It doesn't have to be like this. But I was done with both of them. Marcus, your wife is probably calling her lawyer right now. Lisa, our daughter will be staying with me while you figure out your new living situation. You both made your choices, and now you get to live with the consequences. The aftermath of that night was swift and devastating for both Lisa and Marcus. Jennifer filed for divorce immediately and took half ownership of Elite Performance Gym, which she promptly sold to a competitor. Marcus lost his business, his reputation, and most of his clients within a month. Lisa found herself without a marriage, without her daughter, and without the man she had thrown everything away for, as Marcus blamed her for the destruction of his life and ended their relationship shortly after the public exposure. 6 months later, I had full custody of Emma, a successful divorce settlement, and a peaceful home without the stress and deception that had been poisoning our family life. Meanwhile, Lisa was working at a retail job and living in a small apartment, having lost everything for an affair that lasted less than a year. Marcus had moved to another state to try to rebuild his career, but his reputation in the fitness industry was permanently damaged. Sometimes the best revenge is simply letting people face the natural consequences of their choices and watching as their deception and selfishness destroy the very things they thought they were protecting. Lisa and Marcus had thought they were so clever, using fitness as a cover for their affair and planning their future together while betraying the people who loved them most. But in the end, their lies caught up with them in the most public and humiliating way possible, and they lost everything that actually mattered while chasing something that was built on deception from the very beginning. That was the most satisfying revenge I could have ever imagined.